Hello dear learners and welcome back. Today we are going to discuss some great tips and advice that I will give you for reading to improve your reading skills, okay? So you remember, that four core skills of learning are writing, listening, speaking, and reading, okay? So today it's all about reading, how to improve your reading and how to make it more effective and better. Let's start. So tip number one is to get some English magazine and start reading. So read as best as you can and then look up some words that you didn't understand. So pick up the English magazine and start reading. Okay, that's a great source of reading material. Number two, tip number two is to read online some articles or blogs but about things that are interesting to you. Do you remember I told you that boredom is an enemy of learning? So learning should be fun. You have to have fun when you read, okay? So try to concentrate on areas of your interest and hobbies and read some materials that are interesting to you, okay? Next tip is to use the dictionary when you need it, okay? Of course, try to read the text, the article or the blog and try to understand the general idea and general meaning of the story or text, but then look up some words and translate them so you have better understanding, okay? But first try to read and understand the context, yeah? Okay, next tip is to use English dictionary, but if it's too difficult for you, try to use some learners dictionaries, and those are very helpful. They are easier than the original version, and at the end of the day you can come back to the original one when you get better, okay? Next tip is to get familiar with the schwa sound in English. What is schwa sound? It's the most popular sound in English, and it's the sound for example, yesterday I went to a lesson on history. A lesson, that is a sound schwa. When you get familiar with this sound and pronounce it properly, your pronunciation will get so much better, okay? Next tip is if you're a beginner, try to start with children's books in English. Those are great for beginners, and those are great to start with. So you may find great stories and great texts there to read. Also, I will suggest you to find some books that are adapted to the level, to certain levels. So you may start with a beginner level. It's a real book, but adapted with simpler, easier words, that you can start reading, okay? Next tip is basically to read the material, try to get general idea, and only then decipher some words, okay? I mentioned that before, but here I just want to concentrate on the fact that try to read through the text and don't stop for some unfamiliar words, those that you don't know, unknown words for you. Try to read through, highlight the unknown words, and then go back to decipher them, because it will take you so much time to translate the word, and you will lose the motivation, and you will basically do everything slowly. So read the text, get the general idea, and then go back to decipher words and look up into the dictionary, okay? Then next tip is to read through the newspaper or article and concentrate your attention, pay your attention to passive sentences. You know that there is an active voice and passive voice. So articles and newspapers are great sources of passive sentences. Concentrate on those as well, okay? And of course the last tip here is to read actively. You remember I told you in the previous video that listening should be active. You should be an active listener. Same goes with reading. You have to be an active reader, which means that you have to highlight words and maybe underline some things that are interesting to you, so you can go back to them later. Even I practice this tip. I write some marks in the book. We always hear that books are to be preserved in original form, but in the end of the day it's your book. If it's not a book from library, write on it, make some notes. Or if you are a book lover and you don't want to damage the book in this way, pick up a notebook and take some notes so you can go back and learn later, okay? Well, those were tips for reading, and in the next lesson we are going to discuss and analyze some great advice and tips for writing, to improve your writing, which is not easy, of course, I know that, but I will give you some interesting information that will help you to master writing in English and to make it better and more effective. Thank you for watching, and thanks for staying tuned to those videos that I make, and I hope this will be useful for you, so use it. I will see you in the next video. Until then, take care and goodbye.